Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, Christian Paul speaking. Alright? This following episode here contains graphic content that may not be suitable for definitely children and some other viewers involved, which could involve graphic language, visual graphic content, and or both. Viewer discretion is advised. You know, I want to try and be very careful on what I say. I want to try and be a bit unique on how I want to actually go at this, ladies and gentlemen. Normally, when you see someone that goes down through the rabbit hole, whether it's a man or a woman, you know, they'll try to give out doom and gloom just to try to fuel a narrative and all this other stuff based on what we see lay up here, based on the post that's actually been posted recklessly, and based on someone literally talking reckless by Mr. Demon here, Rollo. Usually it comes from a place of trauma. And I can relate to this type of ordeal. Number one, because I have a learning disability. I grew up with a speech impairment, having to deal with speech therapists daily, having to deal with psychologists literally at the rip during my younger years in elementary school, middle school, high school, and going down college on every now and then. And I still speak to my psychologist still today. And it really dawned on me why there would be all these narratives just because they have their own ills, just because they have their own fuck ups now and then, because they still have some unhealed trauma that they need to solve. And we are going to get right at it right about now.
Everybody, roll to Monster's quickest path to becoming a high value man. QC, do not get married. QC, avoid family creation. QC, vasectomy in each one. QC, iron consistency. Eliminate all QC, learn game and level. QC, play the strength build up. QC, just ease up on your focus. Yet, assign an article on from which it reads, and that's from the Bookings Institute, claiming that they, coupled with the highest education degrees, tend to become more stable and more wealth building. QC towards family medicine. If you have kids out of wedlock, more than likely wealth could be at risk. QC, Rollo is partially wrong on this one. You still be a high value man and get married as long as you let your partner, potential partner, set up a thorough foundational boundaries. And you make sure to respect those QCs. Please don't put your faith in someone that is not fully thorough on this research and thinks that's your son's bullshit.
QC! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, Proud Lane, certified beta male simp mangina. Whatever it is, no game, no riz. The socially awkward nerd, Christian Paul, is up in the motherfucking building, ladies and gentlemen. And earlier on my TikTok and YouTube, I discussed about this reckless tweet that's been posted by Demon himself, Mr. Rollo Tomasi, when it comes to his quickest path to being a self-proclaimed high-value man. And I discussed the stuff list by list, and he is actually applying with a response with Mr. Reeves off of Brookings Institute, in which he discusses how marriage and fatherhood, if you pick the right partner, if you pick the right spouse, significant other, however it may be, you pick the right one, you know, he can escalate, he can elevate his status to a tenfold, he can elevate his wealth, he can elevate his economics, and he can become stronger and as a whole with his family unit and have his legacy maintained, as well as further legacies literally down the line being maintained as well. But yet, Demon Time Rollo here has misconstrued Mr. Reeves' thread when it comes with dealing with marriage and fatherhood. And unfortunately, he has literally gotten grilled for the filth. You see? And the reason why I call him Demon, I'll discuss that literally later on in this episode here.
You're talking a lot for 5 minutes. What is your definition of a high value man? It doesn't matter. That's not what I was talking about in this.
Just say, what is a high value man?
You tell me what a high value man is. Because here's the thing: is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I'm going to say is a high value man. You guys are fucking
as good as your fucking tweet. You gave a list of 8 things. Do these 8 things to become a high value man? And you're not defining what A is. You've got some conception of a high value man. Here are 8 points that you think you need to do to get to it. And now you're getting blown the fuck up on the vasectomy thing, which you probably realize is fucking but you're too old and stubborn to walk back from it. That's the point of this conversation.
I'm not too stubborn to fucking walk back from it, because the point of it was to get douche nozzles like yourself to fucking have this conversation in the first place.
How old are you, bro? Douche nozzles?
Yes. You guys are fucking idiots. Why do you guys come in here from fucking Twitch straight? Like, how you guys are legitimate in all of this? I don't know, because everything I've heard come out of you guys' mouth is just fucking confident ignorance.
Now, I want to give a huge shout out to Destiny and especially Sneeko. Just when you think that he literally went far deep down the red pill rabbit hole, boom, 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 he snaps right out of it, right? And he literally checks Fresh and Fit. He checks Rollo for the filth and the hypocrisy on what he has tweeted literally on May 2nd, 2023. And I'm referring to Demon Hero Tomasi, the devil. Based on what he has recklessly has stated, and what Destiny and Sneeko actually claimed on what is Rollo's definition of a high value man. He does not actually give a thorough definition, actually mainly the flex around the video, yet he has all these steps that's literally listed just so you can attain high value status, saying don't get married, translation don't build a family, don't build a legacy, avoid family creation, exploit expiring your stuff, vasectomy in your 20s. Side note with the vasectomy part, vasectomies is very easy and cheaper to get a vasectomy, but it's a lot more expensive to actually deal with a vasectomy reversal, with the possibility that you could be infertile, with the chances of infertility, actually the chances of actually not having a successful reversal actually rise literally as you get up in your 30s year by year by year. And the odds can dwindle based on man to man. Lifting consistently, yeah, you can definitely do it for like your long-term health, but it doesn't really fully mean that you're going to be high value. Eliminating all sedations. Contradiction. Okay? I'm talking about not getting married. You're talking about having a vasectomy. Basically, Demon Time here is really trying to promote sling-a-linging towards various women having multiple orgy houses. Just gets rock sub while he can still try to focus on his own stuff, playing through his strength to build wealth. And yet, what if a man's wealth ain't really his main concern and it's not one of his strengths? And talking about resisting easing up on your focus, but yet you're talking about avoiding family creation and dealing with the vasectomy, so that you'll be able to actually pipe along woman to woman for sports, which is again extremely reckless.
Let's use Elon Musk for a second here.
Yeah, let's use Ben Shapiro.
Do you know how he met his wife?
Was it an arranged or family friends? I don't know.
No, basically what Ben Shapiro did was he wore this chick down over the course of God knows like 3 or 4 months, right?
What does that mean?
Basically,
what it means is he wore her down is what he did. He's very proud of that fact too.
Okay, hold on real quick. You seem to have a problem with this. When somebody asks you what is X and then you go, well, it's X, you're not really answering the question. You've done this like 3 times. When you say wore her down over 3 to 4 months, what does that mean? Did they date? Did he see her after school?
What that means is he was persistent. He just kept wearing her down over the course of time.
Bro, that's ridiculous, right?
And shortly after the Fresh and Fit debacle, dealing with Rollo, Destiny and Sneeko, Rollo posted this up, with some women saying vasectomies are for low value men, and they say all women, assuming all women. According to Rollo, they saying they getting piped down and getting the teeth clapping, getting the egg scrambled. You know what I mean? Sling-a-ling, if you will. With all the craziness you have, just because you're fueling a narrative based on Russian assumption, thinking that about 160-some million American women up in the country actually thinks the same exact way. And if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, have you noticed that the red pill and the MGTOW stuff, with all the white mantra stuff, have you noticed it's really modern feminism for men? Have you noticed that? I'll try and discuss that probably in a different video very, very short.
No, Myron. Okay, I'm not asking you like in terms of the debate. You call yourself the godfather of the red pill. You
call myself the godfather of the manosphere, okay? Other people have called me that.
Okay, great. That's very.
Do you understand?
Okay, so as
godfather or grandfather of the man? Which one is it?
Whatever it is, the old guy of the manosphere. What is your definition of high value man? This is the #1 talked about topic on all of these shows. So I want to get a clear definition from you. What is it?
You tell, again, it depends on the person. It depends on the culture. Depends on the...
And a week later, Demon Time here actually brings out his own definition about a week after the debate. Yeah. Yali.
You said Benchpress is not a high-value man, so you must be comparing him to some standard in your head. You said Bezos is not a high-value man. You said Elon Musk is not a high-value man. So there's some standard in your head that you're comparing these guys to that they're not matching up to. What is that standard?
All right, well, let's all you would have to do is look at their personal lives so you would understand this. Again, do I have time to go and enumerate all of that? No, I don't. But if you go and you look at what they're doing.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you my personal opinion of what a high-value man is. I understand what Kevin Samuels is doing. I know they have the spin on whatever you do. They talk about what high value man is to them and all that stuff. And what we see with the late great Kevin Samuels here, that actually mainly discusses what the high value man is. In my opinion, based according to Kevin Samuels here, based on the definition, high value man usually creates impacts for the greater, broader society, even though that society could crucify him or actually try to set him up for failure, just because he's actually doing very well up in the world, to try and actually sum this up. But you hear stuff, and especially when Kevin Samuels actually popularized the term high value man, and we understand based on the traits of 6 traits of the high value man, according to what Kevin Samuels has basically made, in which they have to be dealing with making money, minimum $10K a month, maintain a $100,000 yearly income for about 3 to 5 years, dealing with group acceptance, whether it's in your social networks or LinkedIn's. They'll be recognized by other high value men, and it can vary either through LinkedIn, or it can vary through companies or through the celebrity world. Be having a strong network. This is where the LinkedIn comes in, which is surrounding yourself with folks who have a growth mindset and willing to improve. Visibility, having a career that people understand or recognize, in which you don't have any sketchy schemes whatsoever, in which the utility part, in which the term high value comes from, in which you make a greater impact literally towards society, in which you help other folks out based on your services, based on your skills, based on your experience, whether it's your family, friends, acquaintances, companies, however it may be, neighbors, however it may be, as well, other folks up in the community, within your city, within your county, within your state, within a country, within other countries, helping out undeserved countries. It be coming from a wealthy nation. That could be another example of a high value man. Now, what he also discusses when he talks about dropping dime on high value men, in order for you to actually maintain those traits, are 4 things: discipline, integrity, morality, and ethics. And in my opinion, that's what really makes a man high value. And what we see in the traits that you see up here, they're mainly based on the results of him actually building out the foundation of the dime. And it's basically stemming from having great character, treating folks professionally with respect, men and women, okay? Treating folks with proper decorum, understanding the temperature of the room, understanding how to communicate with people, understanding the tone of other folks' attitude. You'll be able to actually act accordingly and make moves accordingly in a mature manner. So much so that if they disrespect you, you can just walk away literally at a drop of a dime, okay? That's high value, literally commanding respect from the folks you want from anybody, not just demanding, as we know that respect has to be earned, not demanded or actually automatically given just because you of some certain species or however it may be. Respect must be commanded, And that requires you to literally have a backbone whenever folks literally disrespect you, no matter what goes on, without you literally kissing ass to people, without literally trying to pedestalize or please people. You know what I mean? As long as you can maintain respect, but if they don't give the respect to you, just literally walk off and continue to focus on your purpose and continue to work hard the best you can and develop disciplinary methods just so you can actually get to your goals. And college can be the best way to do it. Engineering, in which I majored in, was literally like one of the biggest focuses on how I was able to literally develop the discipline, because you have to be dealing with time management literally off the rip. And other parts of college as well, with other majors, especially with business majors, especially when it comes to the STEM fields, they're going to force you to humble yourself when it comes to dealing with the stuff. Otherwise, those fields will really humble you if you're not prepared. Okay? Blue collar jobs, right? When you're dealing with certain trades, when you're dealing with the military, when you're dealing with actually becoming an electrician or a plumber, which actually pay very well in order for you to actually make $100,000 a year, or probably over that, like around $10,000 a month. Around that time, if you have like a strong clientele, you know, if you actually are very successful at what you do, you can easily earn that money depending on where you are, where you're at up in life. Even if it's in the military, even if it's like a blue collar job, even if it's some when it comes to podcasting on YouTube, as long as you're being very thoroughly honest with folks and you're literally trying to lead them into like the right direction, not mislead folks, and make sure you actually stick with the long term, you can be high value as well, as long as you develop the character that's within you and based on your mindset. So it's not really more of like being nice to them just to be for them. It's mainly just to actually boost up your character and show your reflection of who you are, so that folks won't take advantage of you and folks will disrespect you. And if folks do disrespect you, just walk away immediately and just put them on ice. And that's how you would do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, I can promise you, I can guarantee you, will not guarantee you to have the quickest path to literally being a high value man. Why? Because you're not going to get any legacy that way. Your legacy will probably die off, even if you actually try to adopt some children, actually instill those into your adopted children, which could somehow recover. The bloodline is gone. Because once you hit that vasectomy part, which is like the huge big one, you know, you nearly end all odds of fertility. And you'll have a hard time actually trying to actually build a legacy with your new spouse or your new sort of partner or girlfriend, however it may be. Whatever you actually try to develop, you're going to have a harder time, and she could definitely develop resentment literally along the line if you are not careful. Because some of these steps here are very, very contradictory. Okay, based on what Demon Time is here, and he's literally looking real stupid by on the stuff that he posts and most of the articles that he done posted without any critical or credible scientific research to back up his claim, without any further methods that you see here based on certain charts on how he has the results that he has, what type of mathematical statistical methods that he mainly has gotten to, has been in the field too often. And again, this is a father of a 20-some-year-old, you know, college graduate, okay, who's married to a wife that's 5 years older than him, right? He's out here spewing out paraplayalistic lifestyles, spewing out all this reckless nonsense that he literally can't back up. And you know what's worse is like a bunch of folks really up in the black manosphere would co-sign some demon like this after you see him up in like a random live stream that he mainly took down, but we do have a clip, all right, of him actually looking to see and actually wanting to learn how to basically choke out in word, okay, translation, how to basically lynch a black man or a black person so that he'll be able to be insta famous and get millions like Daniel Penny, Derek Chauvin, Danielle Pantaleo, okay, straight out from Stand Down, okay, them demons, right, these demons, okay, they want to try and literally murder sport and suck the life out of people, innocent people that had done nothing wrong to them, that haven't even attacked them whatsoever, you know, just because they cowards really from behind the scenes. You want to try and learn really how to choke out some black dude. You know what I mean? Beyond sick.
I have the man, the legend, John Fitch, who's going to tell me how to chuck and out.
And this is the motherfucker that you want to co-sign. This right here. This is the motherfucker that Fresh and Fit desperately wants to co-sign. 2 black men, okay? A Sudanese dude and a Bahamian dude. And another black man by the name of Donovan Sharp. Still want to co-sign him, especially on what he just said on what goes on, what's leaking behind the scenes. And ladies and gentlemen, especially brothers and sisters, I truly apologize for actually showing the clip. I understand the person came by. I had to actually had to edit the word out, due to the whole social media guidelines and everything, and I understand how impactful that word could be to some of you guys that are definitely listening. So out of respect for that, I had to actually blur that stuff out the way. And for that, I truly apologize. Condolences to Jordan Neely, condolences to George, condolences to the family of Jordan Neely, excuse me, as well as the family members of George Floyd and Eric Garner. By the way. Alright? Anyway, you want to co-sign this demon who is very reckless with his pseudoscience bullshit.
Bullshit!
Okay? That hasn't really fully experienced a whole high-value lifestyle his own self, and like freaking dude spews out freaking 4 or 5 hours worth of bullshit. Spewing the same exact thing. You want to try online to do like this and try and get you going? Yo, I wanna try and be very, very careful. I wanna try and say moving forward. But this here, why would you put your faith in someone who's all the way far gone? Like, why would you put your faith literally in like some dude like this? Okay, this ain't a true high value man that you see up here. You know what I mean? Like the way that he's acting, the way he's like being belligerent up on camera. This is not a true high value man whatsoever. He's literally trying to use up the viewers that are out here that they mainly follow him. They're trying to literally use them up for clout, and they try and get more Insta fame, and they're trying to literally leave your ass to dry. Okay, this dude's a straight up coward. This dude's a straight up bad influence, and you actually take this from a dude that has an education, okay, that has advanced degrees and all that stuff, right? That it's not trying to focus on materialistic stuff. You gotta literally try to stay away from motherfuckers, okay? That try to have you focus way more on the materialistic stuff rather than actually trying to dig more into a person's character, rather than dealing with someone's integrity, rather than dealing with someone based on who they are and based on what they stand for, and also on whether or not where they actually care for your life, as well as a primary thing. Okay? Those are things that you really need to focus on. Focus on you. Okay? Focus on trying to get your life in order the best that you can, whether it's academically, economically, socially, trying to get like as many methods and trying to see which system works for you, literally down to a T in full detail, and stop worrying too much about all these posts on social media that actually get you literally all deranged and derailed. Okay? Because homeboy here is going to lead you down to a life of hell without you even knowing it. Trust me, I've been there. Now, let me get up out of here and let me get up to sleep, as it's going to be a crazy day tomorrow. It's just, y'all, I got more stuff coming, especially with the vasectomy part as well as the male, the feminism for men version. Y'all be on the lookout. This shit is literally fucking insane.
It all started with a tweet. The quickest path to becoming a high-value man. Do not get married. Avoid family creation. Vasectomy in your 20s. Lift consistently. Eliminate all sedations. Learn game and networking. Play to your strengths, build wealth, and resist easing up on your focus. But who could defeat such a shit take? Introducing Destiny.
Lie implies intent. Okay? If I tell you I'm gonna be home by 5, yes, it does, you dumb bitch!
Sneeko! Once enemies.
You're a bot. That was a bot. You just read a bot script. You just did a bot script to me.
I didn't even finish my point.
Because you do a bot script. Most people are bots. That's not responding to anything I'm saying.
Let me finish my point.
But in their darkest hour, can these two team up to defeat the godfather of the red pill himself?
Do you see?